I'm Amara Hayden. I'm in 6th grade. We're from the Catskill Community Center, and we're just here to learn how to make videos and recording some stuff for our radio station WJXC.
Hi, I'm Sequoia, and I'm with the Green Gorillas with the Veggie Bus out there. And we came here to just meet up with a lot of other teenagers and do media, because we do media through sustainability and social justice and connecting all those dots. So, yeah.
I'm Christian Francis. I'm with Harlem Live, all the way from the city. And we're here to get some networking in with our new kids. We've revamped the whole program, and we like to continue to do media, and we're glad to be able to reach out to all of you.
I am Aiden from YouthFX, located in Albany, and we are a intensive 6-week summer film program that focuses on helping youth learn more about filmmaking and media, editing, and sound as well, all the aspects of filmmaking. And at the end of the year, at the end of the summer, we make a long short film. So yeah, yes, and you'll see it later. So yeah.
I'm Rose, and I'm from Tech Valley High School, and we're a high school. And we have our first video class this year, and some of the work we did earlier this year is being screened tonight, so we figured we'd come and participate and learn, and we had a great time, so thank you.
I'm from this place, the Youth Media Sanctuary, just make videos and whatnot.
And now on to the media. We're going to be hearing more from our amazing media makers later.
Hey guys, those were awesome. Thank you so much. What was the hardest part about coming up with the theme for the video with people on such short notice?
Well, I think the hardest part for us was that once we came up with a vision and started actually interviewing and talking to people, we realized that it wasn't feasible because people didn't, who had been through the experience of divorce, didn't feel the same way about it that we did as the visionaries. So that was the hardest part for us.
I guess the hardest part was collectively trying to put all of our visions in and try to compromise. So that was because working in a group is different visions. So I think that was generally the hardest part.
All right, I just want to say that I'm very impressed by everything that we've seen tonight so far, and I'm so blown away by all the videos that you all made this afternoon. I was like, man, they look so amazing. But I want to ask a question because I'm part of one of the groups that's here this evening, and I just would love to hear some of the young people on the panel talk about how do you guys feel about what is it like to be in front of the camera and then see yourself up on the screen? Because I think we're all living in this age where we're constantly saturated with media in all forms, internet, TV, movies, all over the place. What is it like for you guys? Do you feel like it's a whole nother kind of, it's a new medium for you, or you guys have just been doing this your whole lives? I mean, you're all very natural in front of the camera, and especially some of you told some very personal stories. So we just talk a little bit about what that's like to be in front of the camera and then see yourself in front of the camera.
Hi. The camera is really a challenge because I was born for the camera. Yeah, thank you. So, yeah.
I hate being in front of the camera. I'm more of a post-production type of person. I like to write the script. I like to direct the angles, the shots. I like to do the dirty work. Being pretty in front of the camera is not suit for me.
I'm with her on that. I wasn't in the Green Gorilla movie this one, but just watching myself in other footage, it's not a good thing at all.
I don't like talking on camera. I'll rap or skate. I don't just like regular talking though. It annoys me. I don't like hearing my voice. That's why I don't like this mic right now. But yeah, that's about it.
I have a question for the Unity versus Division group. The music at the end was interesting. What caused you guys to pick that music?
Because it was too damn pretty.
That wasn't staged, I promise.
No.
You folks spoke to this a little bit 2 questions ago, just about the different kinds of talents that you folks bring to the process, whether it's acting or writing or even a visual talent, or seeing how music and visual comes together. And I'm wondering what it's like for you folks when you get together as a group and locate each other's strengths and come up with a project to do that that uses that.
Well, for me, because my organization doesn't only do media, like video stuff, we do photography. So for me, photography is my strength and what I love to do, because I'm very artistic. So I like looking at the visual angles and things like that, like you were kind of saying before.
Well, as for me, like I said before, I like post-production stuff, but aside from that, I'm more of a writer. Like, I started as a journalist, so I'm more familiar with print writing and web and broadcast stuff and more stuff like corporate type of stuff, but I want to get away from that because I want to be like the female version of Spike Lee. So,
all right. Well, I just like to be in front of the camera. I think that's my biggest strength, and I would like to work on behind the camera, but I'm just so good at being in front of the camera, so I wouldn't know what to do.
I personally like to do all the organizational stuff. That's pretty much what I'm good at. And the 3 of us are actually in a team for this project, so he tends to keep things upbeat and not necessarily happy, but out there. And he is really good at the technology and the creative effects and all that.
And crushing my dreams.
So we work nicely together. We complement each other, and that's how we chose groups, actually, based on our interests and what our skills were.
I think one of the hardest things, me personally, is as an editor behind the camera, always making the shots kind of thing. I tend to take control, and don't let anybody else play with it, and that's really a problem in a team. You have to let everybody else have their own creative input, and that happened quite a few times with me. Hallie had to slap some sense into me, but it's important to learn that everybody else has an input and that you should really take it into consideration, because it can be really good for your film.
Okay, quick question. It's kind of away from the whole video aspect of it, but I just want to know if you could describe your motivation in one word. What would it be?
Gaga.
Madness.
Proactive.
Well, entertaining people.
Why would you say one word? No, I'm talking about what? Life.
I would say change.
Imagination.
Since you guys work with media, when you have friends in high school that talk about different shows that are really popular on TV that people talk about, do you find yourselves ever being a little bit more critical than some of your other peers? And what are some of the images that you guys see a lot in the media that really bother you, that you want to help change?
Definitely. I'm just a critical person in general. So when it comes to a lot of political and social issues, I'm always the first one who has something to say. I criticize basically everything when it comes down to the way movies are written. If I think the script is too like, I criticize everything. One movie that I particularly had a problem with that recently came out was For Colored Girls by Tyler Perry. I read the poem book by, I can't pronounce the author's name, but I had a big problem with that movie. I hated the negative aspect that it had on African Americans with the entire cast. I hated the way it was pushed back into, I just hated that movie overall. So I criticize a lot when it comes to film and TV, reality TV. I criticize that. Like, I'm very critical of TV in general.
Well, I'm more the opposite of that. I criticize pop culture, like why is she going to rehab and why is she wearing that? So, yeah, I think, the important things for me, like I want to be like the next Perez Hilton, but cuter and better. So, yeah.
I find myself criticizing media a lot, but it all depends. Like, I found a lot of things that were shown today. I was like, oh, I should totally do something like that. It's really cool. Oh, one example was, I forget who it was, but somebody had flashes for every transition they had in the beginning. That was really cool. But I find myself criticizing media a lot, like, oh, they should have done this shot like that, or they should have done this like that. I can't say that I'm the best out there in the business, but it was their decision, so we do it.
Well, for me, I'm very critical, I think, and especially because reality TV is a big part of my life. Like, I love it, but I do have to say that I'm critical on it, but I think that the things that I really have an issue with are when media portrays something that is powerful or better, and I'm like, that's not true. Like, I'm trying to figure out an example. But, I don't know. Very much like white supremacy, but like, I will represent this because we're trying to be more proactive, but at the same sense, let's say, I don't want to get into a sticky issue, but something like natural gas drilling or something like that. Like, ooh, it's the new great energy, blah, 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 blah. Yet, you use fuel to do all the, like, it's not progressive. I don't know how to say it without being short, if that makes sense. You guys get me?
Yeah,
okay.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't really criticize media that much because I don't watch TV unless like SpongeBob's on. Then I'm there, and you can't criticize SpongeBob because he's a beast. But music videos sometimes, I guess. But who cares? That's a whole nother story. Watch SpongeBob.
Well, I personally find myself criticizing like animation effects because I got into that recently, and like if it doesn't look right, then I get really mad at the show and I just turn it off right away.
I personally am intrigued by media just because of how something that seems so corrupt and everything can grab so many people's attention and their money and things like that. So I admire it for what it's capable of, but I also think it's pretty horrible how corrupting of a force it can be. And so I criticize it for that, but I think it's a smart business.
I'm going to thank the first round panel, and a big round of applause for everybody.